Hey, everybody, it is Wednesday. You know what that means, right? That means it's time for another live conversation with the authors of Revealing and Healing. I am your host, Delaney Hill Brooker. We also have the incomparable Rasha Hoosier here.
She's so crazy, y'all.
Hey,
y'all.
Rasha.
What's up? She's crazy.
Angelita cannot join us today, but me and Rasha can hold it down. We've got it. We've got this. Go ahead and share your live stream on your page so that everyone else can join in on the conversation, as well as send us a comment. Right here. Rasha just fell on the floor.
I got you guys on my little apparatus type situation. Okay, we good.
All right, we good. All right. She just wanted to make sure y'all were paying attention. That's
right.
So we are glad you are here. Like I said, make sure you send us some notes, some comments in the comment section so that we can see who you are. All right. So last week, let me tell you something. We were on fire.
Yes.
Like, the keys on fire. It was an amazing conversation. We had a hard subject that we were able to make fun and engaging. And we thank everyone who joined us. We want to thank everyone who had comments and things to share and who shared the video and everything like that. So we're going to keep that fire burning. We're going to go right into this week because last week we talked about Angelita's story about how she became pregnant at 14. So this week, we're going to talk about me and how I popped up pregnant because, I was a saint when I was a child, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, I was like one prayer away. So we're going to talk about how I ended up pregnant as well as a teen. And this whole conversation is to open up your mindset. It's to break the cycles and maybe some things that you don't know about or think about, kind of shed some light on some different things here. So I'm going to read from chapter 6 of our book entitled 16 and Grown. All of our chapters have a title that's for that reason.
Right.
So we'll get right into it. So we had our spot in his mom's red dot shadow. We parked behind a dumpster in the lot of the school where I went to kindergarten at. We turn on R. Kelly's 12-play tape, extended single, hop in the back seat, and it was on. R. Kelly would be singing his butt off. My mind is telling me no, but my body's telling me yes. Baby, I don't want to hurt nobody, but there is something that I must confess. Woo! I don't see. Okay, we're not
Pray for him, y'all. Pray for that man. Pray for him. Go ahead.
Let me tell you something. So all of that sexiness just heightened my I'm grown complex. I was a little disappointed that when he came inside me, I felt nothing different from when he used a condom. There was no gush of warmth, no overwhelming feelings of euphoria, fireworks, dramatic scenes, or moans and groans like in the porn videos. It was simply what it was. Finished. He smiled as if he had accomplished something as significant as climbing Mount Everest or even capturing Rome. I just smiled. I wasn't upset. I was just curious and thrown off as to why I didn't feel any different. Why do people always say that it's so much better without a condom when you really can't tell the difference? Since I felt nothing different, we used condoms every time after that. None of this changed my feelings for him. I was still in love. He was still my man, and I was his woman. So when this took place, I was 15 years old. Even though I had my son when I was 16, I was 15 when we started having sex. And we hadn't been having sex that long. It was probably like our third or fourth time having sex. And then I didn't know I was pregnant, but I was pregnant. And I was just curious to see how it felt. That's why we tried it without a condom. I was just curious. Let's see. Everybody talks about it's different. That's what I was going to figure out. Okay, and then we'll go back to it. Nothing. And he was the first guy who ever really paid me any real attention. I had friends in school, but that's not what I'm talking about. Like, he was the one who really was like, oh, you're pretty, you're cute, you're nice, you can sing. And he was a rapper and all this, that, and other. And he was popular at his other school. And I wasn't unpopular, but I wasn't the most popular. So that kind of heightened my status because I'm like, yeah, that man over there at that school, that's my boo. So that raised my status a little bit. And it wasn't really for that. It was more so he paid me attention because I've never been with lack of friends.
Right.
So we were connected on so many different levels. And my mother didn't like him. But that wasn't because of, well, she didn't like him because she walked in on this one time in the room together. We weren't doing nothing, but we were still doing something we shouldn't have no business doing. So that's why she didn't like him. It wasn't anything personal.
Right.
And he also vowed, when I told him about my father, he vowed to protect me from him. So that was just another added bonus. And so anytime because he lived on the other side of town, he went to Broad Ripple. He lived way on the other side of town, and I'm way up here going on North Central. So he would borrow his mom's car, the red Dodge Shadow. The red Dodge Shadow was infamous in our relationship. Like, you don't even, I can tell you stories that don't have nothing to do with sex with the red Dodge Shadow. Sorry, my mother-in-love, you know.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you about it later. But it was infamous in our relationship because we would go everywhere, pick up everybody, and hang out and pass curfew and picking up Rasha and everything there. Anyway, so his and if he couldn't get his mom's car, he would have his best friend who had a little hoopty come and drop him off. And there were several instances where he would actually ride his bike. I'm talking from 64th and Carrollton. If you're from Indianapolis, you know 64th and Carrollton to 71st and Michigan Road.
Near north to north.
You rode a bike all the way to see me? Now that's love. Like,
that's
you
love.
didn't have to do nothing else. You loved me if you did on a bike.
Yeah.
Not you rode a bike.
Right.
So, the very first time I went to the studio, it was with him. I was doing backgrounds for one of the songs him and his cousin wrote, and it felt like he just really saw me for who I was. His family accepted me. His mother absolutely loved me. She still does. Still her favorite. I'm her daughter-in-law. And they all accepted me. His sister accepted me. Even his father accepted me. And his mother and father were not together. But they had a relationship with him separately. And then they also embraced me. This is before a baby was even known about.
Right.
So this was my extra family. And it just was what it was. And even though I was a girlfriend, I felt like so much more than that because I could talk to like his mom about things that I didn't necessarily feel comfortable with talking to my mother about. And she would give it to me straight. Like, girl, no, some. And she was like, don't let him do that.
Right.
You better put on a condom, whatever. She knew we were having sex, but she didn't know we were experimenting like that without a condom. So it was just, I felt really open and carefree to talk to her about some things and learn some things or whatever like that. So, and even at the time when me and my mom were going through real tough, you know, because as teenage years and you can't really tell me anything because I know everything.
Right.
Because I'm that smart and that grown. There were times where I would go and live with her. And it wasn't anything about replacing my mother. It was about getting what I needed at that time because I'm still developing. I'm only 15, 16 years old.
Right.
So, like I said, that's the chapter is entitled 16 and Grown because I thought that when I found out I was 15 and had my son at 16, my mother was still having rules for me to follow. And I'm like,
I'm pregnant. I'm having a whole baby here.
No, even after he was born, I'm like, I'm a whole grown woman. Like, I gave birth.
Yeah.
You tell me to come in by such time.
Right.
Okay, you know, because I was grown and I didn't, you know, you just couldn't. And it doesn't make sense now as an adult, but it did make sense in my mind.
Perfect. Oh, perfect.
Then, because I'm not fully developed here mentally.
Yeah. And
I just wanted to do what I wanted to do because I'm in charge of a whole nother person. You can't tell me what to do.
Right.
And so what's even crazier was when I told my mother, when I found out I was pregnant, I was like sick. Like, this cannot be happening. And the only thing I could think about is I remember in sex ed and in gym and in health class, they always said, you always think it's not going to happen to you, and it will.
Absolutely.
I have been to Planned Parenthood before. A lady from my church worked there, and she was like, I don't know if it was Planned Parenthood, it was a free clinic, whichever it was.
Right.
I went there because me and my friends would go there to go get our checkups and everything like that.
Yeah.
And we would go like in groups so nobody would be alone. And she was like, you keep having unprotected sex, you're going to end up pregnant and you should need, and I was like, oh, okay. She was like, and everybody thinks it doesn't happen to them. And so as soon as I peed on that stick and it was like, you are pregnant, I was like, dang, how in the world did I pop up pregnant? I still couldn't realize how
this happened.
Up pregnant because it wasn't supposed to happen to me.
No.
And it's like, I don't care. And I remember them saying it. And that's what I thought in my head as soon as I got those results. And I was like, no, they said it would happen. How did this happen? I still couldn't rationalize it. Crazy. So when I went and told my mom, I was scared. Okay. Terrified. Because I was like, she's literally going to kill me. She is going to put her hands around my neck. And my mother is not a violent person at all. Unless provoked. She's not violent at all.
Right.
And I was scared for my life. And the way I always cope with things and get through things that are uncomfortable for me, I always write. So I wrote her a letter and I was like, Mama, I'm pregnant. I'm sorry, it's about Mike.
I know you don't like him.
I'm still going to graduate. Don't worry. I still got my job. I had a little part-time job. I'm still going to work and I'm going to make you proud. So I slid it up under her door while she was asleep. And I don't think I slept that night. I laid up under the covers looking like a cartoon, like, oh, she gonna
with the eyes. All you can see was Delina's eyes.
Help me, sweet baby Jesus. And so she came in my room that morning and she was like, I already knew that. I was waiting on you to tell me. Excuse me? What you mean you was waiting on me to tell you? Like, how come you didn't say nothing to me?
Right.
And she kind of did. But she said it indirectly. Because one morning, this is before I knew, I was having dry heaves. And I didn't know what dry heaves were. And I was crying. And I'm supposed to be getting ready to go catch the bus. And I was like, Mom, I feel sick. I can't make it. I can't go to school. And she was like, girl, if you think you're going to stay at home every time you feel like you're sick, you ain't never going to graduate. Get on that bus. And I was like, what?
Right.
Mind you, I had no idea I was pregnant.
Right. You didn't have it. Right. So what's she talking about?
What are you talking about? Well, that was her way, I guess, of telling me, I know you're pregnant. But that didn't translate.
Right.
That didn't make any sense.
Right.
And so when she came to me and told me that she already knew, she was like, didn't you learn anything from me and your sister? So I'm confused all over again. What are you talking about?
What are you talking? Yep. What are you talking about?
And we still never had a conversation based off of that little statement.
Right.
It wasn't until long time later, I'm talking 10, 15 years later, like maybe even while I'm writing the book, that it starts, because I'm putting everything together.
Right.
Time frame wise, she had my sister when she was a teen. I didn't know that. I wasn't around. You didn't tell me that.
Right.
My sister had her child. Her first child when she was. I didn't know that.
Right.
Didn't nobody. She was just my older sister. It didn't
matter. That's all you don't think about it like that. Okay, my sister's pregnant. Here comes the baby. Here comes my.
I was 6, 7 years old.
Right.
Maybe 12. Maybe it doesn't matter. I was too young to
even know any of that or what it means exactly.
And so I'm like, and it took me so long. And then by the time I realized it, I'm like, oh, well, then this goes back to what we were talking about last week.
Right. That
generation does not talk about stuff.
Yeah. Nope.
They don't talk
Push
about
it under a rug, sweep it under the rug, mop it under a rug.
You want me to just assume and figure it out and just know what happened?
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, how would I know that? So that was that. But, and I know last week Rasha gave some stats about teenage pregnancy and stuff like that. We don't need to get back into all that. But I also believe that a reason that the percentage is going down is because we are a generation that speaks.
Right.
That generation did not speak. We speak. And now we've given everything of our generation has birthed a generation of people who want instant gratification. They want an instant answer. So like our children, they're not even before social media, because social media wasn't around when they were younger.
Right.
They're used to things being quick at their fingertips. They can research stuff. They can find stuff out. They can look stuff up.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy how the generations are different and we expect different things and we learn different things. So I think that on top of the education,
right,
you have got to speak about it, because
everything can't be this secret that you're not going to talk about.
Exactly. Like, who does that? Like, I
who
can't
does
even rationalize. So I would tell my son when he started getting old enough, he was in middle school, and I'm like, look here, you can't be out here doing this, and this is going to happen. You're going to think of it. You are a blessing.
Right.
Now let me just put that out there right now.
Right.
He is I have more than one child, but he is the biggest, best blessing that I've ever had.
Right.
And it's not because, not to put down my other children.
Right.
It's that he's put me on that right track.
No other choice. You had no other choice.
He forced me to grow up. I was in there on my own. And like we said again last week, 99.9.999.99. Yeah, there's that many points in a percentage. It's going to fall on the girl. It's going to fall on the female, on the mother. It is what it is.
Right.
So, and that, it happened in my case as well, even though his father was there, but he was too young to be a daddy. Like, he didn't even tell his mama. Like, he was acting like he was in the generation before ours.
Yeah.
So, if you want to be, here's something crazy. This is how his mama found out, because I was giving him time, giving him time.
I remember.
Like, belly's just growing. I'm just getting fat.
Yeah.
We done broke up, got back together, broke up again, and you just ain't gonna say nothing.
Right.
So I sent her an invitation to the baby shower. So then she calls me and she's like, who are you pregnant by? Because his best friend, they had the same name. And she was like, you're pregnant by him? Like, how? So she's still thinking, crazy.
It's not her son. Like, oh, she's pregnant, but not by my son.
Right. I was like, no, by your son. She was like, what? Because he was out.
You the grandmama. You the grandmama.
He had went off to college and everything and left me here. And she was like, oh, hell no. Hold on, I'm going to call you right back. Girl, and I was just sitting there smiling like,
I gave him time. Hey,
bet you thought. And so he called me back first. And he was like, why you tell my mama? Why didn't you?
Yep.
And after that, it was like, he was scared that she wasn't going to let him go to college and do all these other things that he wanted to do with his life, which is probably, and that could happen, but that was a fear, just like I thought my mom was going to kill me.
Right.
We're just scared. We're too young to be dealing with these issues.
Right.
So it is what it is. And I don't know. Me and Rasha were pregnant back and forth around the same time. And we would be sitting there and our bellies just big for no reason. We these little bitty skinny one bone girls with all this hair on our head, being all extra in love, really didn't know what love was.
Yeah. So.
And
you guys, and Janita couldn't be with us today. She has something to come up at the last minute. So I'm trying to be chill, because if y'all get me and Delina at like 100% speed, it'll be so much. Angel breaks kind of up the Delina and Rasha crazy show that it can become. So I'm trying. If you see me looking down, though, I'm tagging people that were teen moms or that have dealt with teen pregnancy, just so they're in on the conversation. But go ahead, Delina, because I want.
No, you're good. Go ahead. You can comment.
So with again, because our kids are cousins and we were around each other during these times of being pregnant and having these kids, I just saw them being, he rapped and she sang, and they would do the shows together, and it was so cute how they would be on stage, and like she would do the hook and he would be rapping, everything like that. And in my mind, much like her mind, I saw one girl and I tagged her that was pregnant when we were in middle school. She was in 8th grade, and I saw her being pregnant. I was like, oh my gosh, she is pregnant. What is wrong with her? Is she crazy? How the heck did she get pregnant? She's crazy. Then in high school, when I had sex, started having sex about 15, 16 to about 15. And I saw other people pregnant. And I was like, they must be so dumb. They are stupid. That would never happen to me. I never even babysat a kid. I don't even like kids like that. Kids don't like me. When I watch my little brother, he got his head busted open. It's just not, it's not going to happen. So never in my mind, even, I know y'all, this sounds so stupid, but never in my mind did I think, even though I had unprotected sex, that I would get pregnant. I'm just like, I'm just going to do it. It's whatever. And again, to go back to, like we talked about last week, it all comes from a place of somebody likes you. Like you said, Delina, somebody likes you. Somebody really likes me. The guy that I was with would give me his jacket. If it was cold and we were at a football game on a Friday night, he would give me his jacket. If somebody did something to me and I told her, this dude said this, he'd be like, what'd you say? You want me to go up here and do something to him? I'm like, yeah. So I was like, this guy loves me so much, and I'm sick of being a virgin and hearing about sex. So it's going down at this point. Like, it is definitely going down. So it was this, like you said, this amazing situation, all lovely. I don't want to tell the whole book, but I thought it was going to be amazing too. And we'll get to that, I'm sure, next week, or we'll get to that when y'all read the book. But it came from a need for love, and it came from a need of attention, and it came from also, my mind is always, unfortunately, y'all, based on some TV show I was watching at the time. So like the Cosby Show, oh God, they got a family, they got the daddy, the mom, the kids. Okay, cool. So now I'm pregnant, so now I'm gonna get married, and it's gonna be a perfect life, and that's what I thought. And guess what? That is not always the reality. Now, again, like we talked about last time, being a teen mom is not the worst thing ever in life. It's not the most horrible situation ever. But this week, we actually want to talk about the part about keeping secrets. When I had my son, I didn't tell anyone I was pregnant. When I say no one, I'm talking about the only person who knew I was pregnant was me and his dad. And so people were like, what baby? When they were like, oh, Rasha had a baby, they're like, what? People very close to me that I saw every single day. Now, my mom says that she knew, just like Delina's mom said that she knew. I do remember her saying to me, what did she say? It's like, how many months are you, or something to that effect? And I said, how many months have I been working at this new job? And she said, yeah. And so I went ahead and told her that. And so I thought I was getting over. And y'all, I'm in here singing in groups, and I'm thinking I'm pregnant, about to pop any minute, thinking I'm going to get a record deal at a showcase. And if anyone saw me, like Delina said, I'm a little bitty chick with a big old stomach. I mean, I'm a little chick with a big old stomach now too. And I'm not pregnant. I'm not pregnant. I'm not pregnant. I'm not pregnant. But back then, I was a little bitty chick with nothing but boobs and a big old stomach, pregnant, singing it in the studio. And again, what if something had happened to me during that time period and no one knew I was pregnant? What if I got in a car accident and I was pregnant? What if I was having the baby out on the street? Again, read the book. What if anything had happened to me and I needed someone to know what was going on? The secrets, like Delina said. With our kids, again, people tell me that I talk too much to my kids. And again, Delina and I are a lot alike, so this is probably going to be alike. I told them everything, every single thing. Now, this is what's going to happen. Do you want to have sex? Okay, first of all, you're going to be emotionally attached to this person. You might be a girl. You might say you a pimp, you a thug. No, you're going to love that person. You're going to think you're in some kind of romantic situation. And for them, you might be a notch on the belt. Like, okay, I had this one, I had this one, I had this one. Number two, you are the mama. So you are going to have the child. Again, like we talked about last time. Yeah, Erica, I remember. My teenage moms. These are my teenage moms, y'all, from our mom group. Okay, y'all? We did it. We ended up graduating. We went to college. A lot of us have nice jobs now. People have trades, beauticians, lawyers, doctors, all that, y'all, from some teen mamas, okay? Now, we're not saying get pregnant on purpose when you're 15, 16, 17, okay? Please don't. Please don't. However, you can, with the village, like we talked about last week, with the village helping you, with your own, the baby providing that get up and go that you need, saying, hey, I've got to do this. I have got to finish high school. I got to work 2 and 3 jobs. I have to do this. A lot of you didn't see the video from last week, but one thing about Delina that I saw was Delina was working while she was pregnant, like 2 jobs sometimes. She was working like a man would do when they have a baby.
Until the day I delivered. I was just like, we got to stack this money up.
She was working. So for some people, being pregnant might bring them down. But if anyone, if you have a family, if you have a village, if you have the mindset to say, listen, I have got to now go. I have got to go finish high school. I've got to go to college. I got to provide, because at the end of the day, you are the mama. And nobody could have, when I tell y'all, nobody could have never told me my kid's daddy and I wasn't going to be together forever. And ever.
It was sickening. It was sickening, and I was there, like.
And listen, and I didn't know nothing about kids. He knew everything. He was like, oh, I've been taking care of my sisters all my life. Let me show you how to do this diaper. He knew everything, and everything was cool for quite a while. But we never needed to be together. We needed to it's lots of parents who parent kids, and it works out fine. And if we would have only been mature enough to realize, we know now, let's just be the parents of this kid. My other 2 wouldn't have been here. I'm sorry. They wouldn't have. But we just would have parented, and nothing would have, it would have been a good situation, being parents, because he was a good parent and a good father. But the secret part about it, as far as like what we bring down to the next generation, no kid should be at her prime having her baby because she's too terrified to tell anybody and the baby's in the trash can. No parent. And okay, y'all, we're going to go here because I'm telling y'all, Delina and we the ones that you want on this one. We're going to go here. our generation before us and the generation, y'all messed up, man. Y'all messed it up. I'm sorry. What you saw great grandmama do it, and then grandmama did it, and then y'all all kept secrets, sent people away who were pregnant, and the baby gone, and nobody ever know. I know somebody right now that's in their 30s and 40s trying to find their child that was placed for adoption when they were younger, and they never wanted that to happen. And right now they're looking for this child all through, throughout the United States. We changed the game up because the secret stopped with me. When I tell you, I'm telling y'all, I tell my kids too much. They like, Mom, okay, Mom, okay, okay. And I feel kind of bad because my daughters will say, yeah, our husbands ain't gonna like us if we ever do get married because we terrified. We don't want to get pregnant. Like, they gonna be mad. Like, we having kids. No, we not. No, it's not happening. And I don't want to do that either. But I just wanted to let them know this is the reality. Yes, you can do it, but it's not easy. I think that our youngest, seem to think that everything's good because life is good now. So she's the one I have to remind. Like, you know how your youngest child don't remember the first apartment you lived in.
They miss all that.
Your youngest child don't remember the raggedy car and the car seat doing all this, and they just see now. Oh man,
I was there holding them up in the back.
Girl,
get the corner.
Girl. So sometimes you have to remind your youngest, or the oldest will be like, you don't remember them ramen noodles? We was eating some fettuccine Alfredo. So I tell them that it's not an easy ride. And again, some people don't have mom and daddy, cousin, uncle, all the family members that come around them and come alongside and help. And we were blessed to have extended family, extended families. So, I get more talking time because Angel ain't here. Go ahead. Don't be mad. Angel,
she happy, y'all. She real happy. Anytime she can keep going.
I love you.
She's like, yes, let me fill in all the space. No, but with me, in my circle of friends, believe it or not, even though I started having sex at 15, in my circle of friends, I was the second to last one to have sex. Mm-hmm. There's only one of my friends who literally waited until she was supposed to wait. Mm-hmm. I was the second to last one to have sex. 15 years old.
Yeah.
And it's not because there weren't opportunities before then.
Right.
People had already been trying to talk to me and woo me and everything like that. So when you're thinking, oh, they're too young, it's not time yet, just like talking to your kid about good touch, bad touch, technically it's not too early. These kids are doing stuff in middle school. Mm-hmm. Middle school. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now I'm seeing, like, I get so much in a panic when I hear about things that my kids' friends are doing. I'm like, oh, Lord. Now I'm seeing how my mama felt. Oh, Lord. Oh,
yeah.
Wait.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Because they're so young and they are so exposed to so much more than what we ever were. If I would have had the access to everything that I had.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be on here talking to y'all.
Right.
I'll tell you that.
Right.
I'll tell you that. And it's just scary. And like you said, they keep the secrets. I don't know why they do that. And see, like Rasha, she goes overboard with hers.
I do.
Not necessarily overboard. I keep it in the middle. So I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the whole truth. But I'm not going to overdo it, and I'm not going to shy away from it. If you have a question, now if you want to ask me a question, that's in life though. Not
right. You're going to get the answer. You ask the question.
If you have a question, don't ask me a question you don't want to know the answer to.
Right.
Because I'm not confrontational like that. But if you come to me, that means you're ready to receive what I'm going to give you.
Right.
And I'm very opinionated. Now, I can keep my opinion to myself. I can, but with my kids, if they ask something, and even my mother told me once, she said that, because I was talking maybe with my firstborn, I was asking her, when is it appropriate to talk to your child about sex? Mm-hmm. And she said, if they ask, then they're ready to know. Makes
sense.
And I was like, oh.
Makes sense.
Never thought of that before.
Yeah.
Well, I never had to ask because I was tainted already.
Right.
So I already knew. I've never had a sex talk with my mom.
Right.
She never told me about my period. There's so many things she didn't tell me, but I got that through counseling.
Right.
They are the ones who schooled me on exactly what my body was going to do and what to expect.
Right.
So they either robbed her from that or she just missed the gun. Either way you want to look at it, that's just not how it happened.
It didn't happen. Yeah, it didn't
happen
in
and
a
so
normal way.
Like in life, I'm kind of off when it comes to, because I'm all for children being children. I want children to be children. Don't worry about adult stuff. Don't worry about these bills. Don't worry about mom and daddy arguing. Don't worry about be a kid. Get good grades.
Yeah.
Do what you know supposed to do. What
have fun with your friends.
Everything else, I should say, don't eat me out of house and home, but mine are because of spring break. Lord Jesus, pray for me.
That's what they do all day, every day. Summer break, spring break, Christmas break.
Because you're trying to break me, break.
Right, break me.
But I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle. I'm kind of in the middle with that as far as good. My children. Because even though my children do know about good touch, bad touch, my oldest is the only one who knows what happened to me.
Right.
My little ones, there's not a reason for me to expose them to that yet.
Right. They can be kids.
Now, I will tell them, my father is not in our lives, so it's not like they have to be cautious of him.
Right.
They already know about good touch, bad touch. You let us know if something feels... You speak up first if something feels uncomfortable, and then you come let me know. And we are literally hands-on with our kids. Like, there's not too many times that we are not, either my husband or myself, are not with our children in order to say that they need to be aware.
This happened, right? They're good. They're with us.
They haven't, nobody in our circle or nothing has happened that we are aware of that happened that we would have to have these conversations with them to change their childhood mindset. So with that aspect of it, it's not for them to know yet. When they get a little bit older, I will sit them down individually and be like, this is what happened. This is why, no, you can't just go spend the night over your friend's house. Right. This is why, I would do this. This is why this, that, and the other. This is why you do this. And then it will all come together. Right. Because my oldest one, I finally told him, actually, was when we were writing the book and he was in high school. And I told him what happened. He was like, wow, Mom. I had no idea. He was like, I always knew you were really strong because you would just handle everything. But I didn't know why you were so strong. Because when I tell you life was hit me with trauma after trauma after trauma after trauma. Yeah. I'm just sitting here trying to stand up and be okay. How?
When you don't know anything other than surviving, that's just, it becomes second nature to you to be able to survive and to be able to handle it. I tell you that all the time too. I mean, it's you seem to be okay surviving and being okay. Of course, no one knows what's going on under here.
Right. I'm still traumatized. I'm very resilient with most things. Right. I'm very resilient. Yeah. So let's address these comments here. I love that you guys are commenting.
Yes, guys. Yes.
So, Pastor Pam, right? Everything was a secret. Look, I'll show them again while we're reading them out.
Oh, good. Go ahead. I like that.
Hey, I'm sophisticated.
I like that. See?
Maya says, I haven't listened. I listened. I haven't been a teen in a long time.
Right. She listened.
She did listen because I was in her.
Oh, yeah.
That my baby. That was my... Levita says, back then, so many things happened that were unspoken, silent victims. Absolutely. Yep. Yes. So many things. So many things that I definitely can't imagine going through. Let's see if this wants to scroll up here. Come on. Keep going. Where? Oh, Delina. You the grandmama.
Yeah, she was the grandmama. She was the grandmama. Delina had to let her know.
Yeah. Like, don't play with me. Yeah. Oh, come on. It's not. Let me move my whole screen up because it's not letting me see.
Let me see if I can try. I don't think I could. I know I saw my my sister-in-law say something, Georgie, and again she was talking to. Oh, you're popping them up.
I got it.
Yes, popping up.
So Erica Wilson says, I kept mine a secret from my mom. She didn't find out I was pregnant until a week before I had her. By that time, I was already a month overdue. Wow.
And then where's that come from? And is that fear? Is that shame? What is it?
I was 6 months pregnant. My mom found out. I was 4 months when I found out. I thought I was doing something. Thank you, Master Pam.
Oh, thank you for the shout out. Yes. Let people know what we're talking about. We're here every Wednesday and we welcome everybody watching and giving us your comments and interacting. Oh, okay.
Pregnant on purpose? Yes. Got pregnant on purpose. It was the only way out of an abusive home. I understand that.
Yeah. We understand, Georgie, for sure.
That's another survival.
Oh, yeah.
Has Pam told you to talk, Rasha? Because you've been talking, girl.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
My child is 11. I've already had the conversation with her, and it's ongoing. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
It needs to be.
That is very age appropriate. I'm
Yeah.
going to produce no teenage mothers since
Now that's what I want to respond to. Yes, that's exactly how my mom had. Now my mom had me. She was 25. She married my dad or whatever. So okay, for me, I feel like, oh man, I've messed it up. What's gonna happen now with this child that I'm bringing into the world? Which is why I think again I went overboard with Brittany. I probably didn't have to terrify her like I did, but I was I was terrified myself. I was just like, I don't want her to go through anything. And of course, it's life. You still have to go through some things. But for Brittany was terrible. When I tell y'all, she didn't go on her first date till she went to college. She said she was so glad to finally get out of the house. She said, I was scared because I felt like if I go on a date, is somebody going to do something to me? And my mom thinks that. And then my mom wants to take a picture of their license plate. Then my mom's going to come and beat them up. My kids didn't tell me stuff because they were terrified of what I would do to somebody else. I just found out, I mean, my oldest child is 23 years old. I just found out somebody beat up my son one time. Because she was like, we were scared, so we said, please don't suspend him. And my mother will come and beat your mother up. And like we had to, and so you don't want to be the crazy mama either.
Your screen is getting blurry, Rasha. I thought it was just me. You're getting blurry.
Oh.
Like you're real blurry.
Am I?
I was waiting for somebody to comment.
Okay.
Let's
Doggone it.
We both might be blurry.
Yeah, you are. You are to me and I am to you. Yeah.
I'm going to put you out and then I'm going to put you right back in. Hold on.
Okay.
Hang on, guys. We got to fix this screen here. Let's see. I'm bringing her back on. Hopefully it helps a little bit. It helped a little bit. All right, keep talking.
Okay.
Keep talking. I'll leave and come back to
Okay. So I was over the top. Like, you don't need to be the over the top mom who's just overly always worried and hyper vigilant, which I was. I mean, y'all, I called up to the high school on the first day of high school and asked the principal why they didn't have cameras everywhere, because if somebody grabs my daughter in a corner, it's going to be a problem. So, and some of the stuff, okay, it's understandable, but you have to be, like Delina said, somewhere in the middle with it. Now, let me tell y'all something, because this will terrify any of our generations before us. My son came home, and I'm telling y'all, talk to y'all's kids at these young ages. My son was 11. He came in from middle school and he said, Mom, I heard about 3 holes. Tell me what the 3 holes are. I can go into 3 holes. What are they? Now, some of y'all right now are probably saying, why did Rasha say that? Because you don't want to address it, and you wouldn't address it, and you would be terrified to say anything to your kid. But if my son was saying that at 11 and he's 22 now, what are these kids right now in middle school coming home saying?
Right.
So I addressed it. I addressed it all with Trey. I addressed all of it. It wasn't fun. It wasn't a great situation, but I addressed it. And then after that, Trey tells me more than I want to hear now. And because of that, I'm like, Trey, nah. He tells me a lot of his own personal. Nah, I'm good, bruh. I'm good. As long as you're keeping yourself safe and everything, I don't need to know. Yeah. But again, you can't be fearful or scared. The kid is asking you. Another thing, I woke up at 2:00 in the morning. I went in my mom's room. I was about maybe 15, maybe 14. And I said, hey, I want to have sex. She said, you better get in there and go back to sleep. 2:00 in the morning. So
why are you waking up at 2:00 in the morning?
I don't know. I don't know if maybe I had a dream or maybe I liked somebody. I don't know what it was. But
the most. But
guess what? But I'm gonna tell you what Rasha would do. Hold on. Let me get the sleep out my eyes and drag. Now, what are you talking about? Now, I love you. We can't have that talking 2:00. Mommy, I love you. You know I love you. Well, Delina says she don't want to have it at 2 in the morning either. But I was a weird kid. Who knows what kind of weird stuff I was thinking? Who knows what I was dreaming about? Listen, like I say, Rasha would have grabbed Rasha.
Fine, it's telling me no.
Well, R. Kelly did. He caused a lot of problems in my house. My mom got rid of 2 R. Kelly CDs, and I ended up getting another one. I mean, R. Kelly was a problem. That's why I don't fool with him now, because he caused too many problems.
I haven't, since I got pregnant, I haven't listened to the 12th Place CD, because I swear up and down, R. Kelly, my baby daddy, only because I got pregnant on that song, and I wasn't taking no more chances of getting pregnant no more.
Well, that's true. You didn't get pregnant forever after that. You didn't get pregnant till forever.
Now, I know what the DNA gonna state. Right. But all I know is what I know. R. Kelly got me pregnant. Take that. Take that to TMZ.
Take that to TMZ.
I don't play with Robert. Right. He plays too much.
He does. He does. But yeah, those conversations have to be had. We can't be afraid. Go ahead and look at the other comments. We got a couple more.
So Georgia says you got to be honest with them. They all know too much, at least as they hear from you. they have a clear understanding of it.
Right.
All.
Because it's going to be a bunch of jumble. It's going to be, do you want his homies to tell him something, or do you want you to do it? Do you want all the girls that are all want to have sex and just get it over with, or do you want it to come from you? You know, someone that loves and cares for the child.
Right. Kimmy says, I already tell mine why she can't go spend the night at people's houses and what can happen without being explicit.
That's good.
Bella says, my mama knew before I told her. My mama did too. She just didn't tell me that she knew. That's crazy.
Yeah.
See,
that's different. See, I'm different. Like I wouldn't be like that either. I don't know why did they keep it a secret? You see, I'm over here. I can't even speak because I would be like you
saw me steal a piece of candy or take an extra snack.
Right.
You're saying you know that I am pregnant. Something life-changing.
I would knock on my kid's head. I would knock on my kid's head and say, "Hey, dum-dum, I know you're pregnant. Who do you think you are? I'm not holding it in for one day. I'm going to tell you right now."
Like, let me tell you something. I got the pregnancy test right here. Let me
you pregnant. Let's go.
Girl. Maya says, I'm terrified me, and I know that for a fact because that's my sister. We were on a mission, okay? Scare Tactics Masterclass.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think that we would be really doing a disservice if we went through things and then didn't tell our children how to not go through those same things. And when people don't do it,
that's how you break the cycle. Yes! That's the step of breaking the cycle, though. Hello, did I learn anything from you? You didn't tell me that there was something for me to be learning. I still didn't get it when you said it. What are you talking about? Like, use your word. That's what you tell toddlers. Use your words.
Use your words. Don't cry. Don't whine. And let me tell you what my husband does, y'all. My husband, we take care of a total of 9 children, okay, between a blended family. So between blended family, let's say we have 9 children split between the 2 of us, right? Michael showed Trey his check, and this was years ago. The kids were maybe his 5 kids were probably from like 4 to maybe 13. He said, "Look, this is my check before child support, and this is after. Look at this, Trey. Would you want this to be your life? Especially making this kind of money. I'm not making enough money to take care of all these kids, but I done already brought them into the world when I was younger. Now I want to be able to have my little piece, but shoot, I can't even get a haircut after this." And Trey said, and to this day, y'all, Trey will be like, he said, "When I get married, I got to think about my check stub first, man. I got to think about my check stubs."
And you should.
Think about it. Just think.
Like, it's common sense now after we've gone through it being broke and everything else like that. But it was common sense then. It was just like, we've been broke. We never had no money, so it wasn't nothing to compare it to.
Yeah.
You learn all that later on. So
later on.
Children, so the next generation will be better.
Yeah. It makes perfect sense to us, but it didn't to those generations previous.
No.
Go ahead, Chris.
Chris says, I'm a grandparent. My 26-year-old daughter and her fiance have 2 kids. They are getting married next month. The kids are 5 and 3 this year. So she not only was out of adolescence, but she also was out of marriage. Mm-hmm. So I didn't scare her into submission, but I did make her aware of the conversation and seeing me struggle.
Right.
You know, it's still going to happen.
Yeah.
It will still happen. It's still a possibility.
Right.
That doesn't mean you did anything wrong.
Right.
You did right. You talked to her about it.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to be people. It's not even about kids being kids,
right?
Teens being teens. People are going to be people.
Right.
You can't save the world. You can't prevent everything. Stuff is still going to happen because that's life.
Yeah.
Don't take the blame for that. You did what you were supposed to.
As long as you told them. Yeah, that's another thing we told them. I said, come to me. Trey came to me with something else, and I said, come to me if something that happens and you run into something and I didn't tell you about. Come to me and come at me. Have an attitude, be mad, say, "Mom, you missed the boat." And I will tell y'all, he did come to me with something I didn't think, but he did. It was something that happened to him recently. But most of this stuff, I'm like, hold it. I know I talked about this. We discussed this. You know, from the smallest thing like credit, you know, money and buying houses to, you know, a family and protecting yourself and sex and all these things that are going on. I mean, like Delina said, to us it seems so simple, but I guess our generation had to come and we had to be the ones that like, nah, man, the buck stops here on these secrets. The buck stops here on you talking about she'll learn it from somewhere else.
School of the hard knocks.
That's true. We went through it.
I'm a masterclass graduate. I have my doctorates in hard knocks. Let me tell you something. You want me to be honest? Me and God done had a conversation. Well, I had a conversation. I told God, look at him. I don't need no more hard knocks. Like,
I done had all the knocks.
Delina, my child, listen to what I'm saying to you. You are going down the wrong road. That's all you gotta say.
Right, I got it.
What you want me to do? Which way you want me to go?
Yeah.
Like, I don't need, like, no, I'm serious. Like, I told him just like that. I don't need no more hard knocks. Just tell me.
Yeah.
Just tell me, make it clear so that I know it's you.
Right.
Not none of this.
And I know what I need
noise.
to do. Yeah.
When I tell you I don't need no more, like, I'm not even exaggerating to be funny.
Right.
Like, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Just tell me the lesson. I know we still have to learn things and grow.
I agree.
What is it that you want me to know?
I agree. 100% agree. And it's funny because when I saw that we were doing this topic, you guys, Delina sets up the topics for us and everything, and I was looking at the topic and I was like, it made me think. First of all, I thought of Iyanla because she was a teen mom, and I never knew that. I knew that she had kids. I knew that she had a lot of abuse in her past, but I didn't know that. And I was watching her and Oprah make up. That kind of made me think about me and Delina a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a beef. It was a serious beef. It was a problem. They came, they got cool again. She said that I forget where she said she heard this. You might know, but she said they were talking about how we should take all the welfare single moms and put them somewhere and shoot them in the head. And she said that's what they were saying about the single moms who were on welfare because they didn't have money. Iyanla Vanzant, am I saying her name right? Iyanla Vanzant. I don't like messing up people's names.
She don't like to mess up her name.
No. Iyanla Vanzant.
Forgive her.
Said that Vanzant. I don't like because my name. I don't want nobody messing up mine, so I won't mess up theirs. And people mess up her first name all the time. Ilyana. Yeah, that too. She said that, okay, she was a teen mom. She had 3 kids by the time she was 21. She had a man that was abusing her. She pulled herself up. She got into Medgar Evers College. She became a lawyer. She was practicing law. Then she wanted to help and empower women. So this woman who somebody said should be taken out in the field and shot in the head because she's a welfare mom pulled herself up. Biggie's mom. It's a lot of moms out here that were able to do it and become great. I mean, Kanye West, all these brilliant people that we know have these single moms. So when someone says you're nothing and you can't do this and you can't do that, look at the people that have gone before you and see. I know a lot of people don't rock with some people don't rock with the other, but there's a million. Taraji, whoever you like and whoever you see, there are a million. Go ahead. She just said I have 2 doctorate degrees.
That's right, Star. We were hard knocking together. What you talking about?
But there's always someone that can show you that you can do it. You can rise above it. Being a single mom, being a teen mom is not the worst of the worst. It's not the worst, period. It shows you that now you have a purpose and a reason to finish your goals and to complete your goals. Somebody's looking at you and saying, hey, feed me, I'm hungry. Hey, I need diapers.
This is the thing though. Just because you're a teen mom does not mean you're going to be on welfare. I never went on welfare. I had Medicaid while I was pregnant to take care of my medical bills. I worked. I've been working since I was 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It never even crossed my mind to get assistance.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I was just like, I got crazy. If you know me, if you see me I have crazy work ethic. Mm-hmm. It's a gift and a curse. I got it from both my parents. They didn't play when it comes to you gonna do a job and you're gonna do it right. You're gonna give it all your best. Like,
yeah,
as bad of a person as my father, there's some really great things that he instilled in me.
Right,
great work ethic,
was
and
one
being
of them.
honest and working with integrity. Those are like the things that I strive on. So when I tell you, I didn't even wait 6 weeks after I had my son. I was working 4 weeks, and going to school.
Yeah.
I did homeschool for a couple of weeks after I had him. And I would just take my homework home and I would go to the school, take my test.
Right.
I would go to work. I would go do my singing. Go do auditions. Go do this, that, and the other. Wherever I can do to make some extra money on the side.
Right.
Plus, on top of my village being there to support me, watching while I was doing that. Now, my mama wasn't watching him for me to just go hang out. But by the time... I was too tired to party. Like,
right.
Party.
Nobody have time for that.
I was like, I'm tired because he gonna get up in the morning and it wasn't even that deep to me, partying or whatever.
And remember, y'all, Delina took her son, packed her stuff, and went to Atlanta. Left Indianapolis. Yep. That ain't no next door trip. Left, took her son, somebody would have said, oh no, I can't do it because I got a son. Oh no, I can't leave because I got a son. I'm not gonna be able to move to the next moment. I need a babysitter, blah, blah, blah. Delina left, took her son, got in her car, and went to Atlanta. And when I say, I was so proud. Everybody was proud of her. They took up a doggone offering for her when she left her church. Because you can't, when people say, I can't do it because people come to my office all the time and tell me what they can't do. I listen, and I try not to make a face that looks crazy. And then I'm like, okay, let me tell you about people I know. And I just start going. They probably think I'm lying because I can count on, I can go for days about people that have done amazing things regardless of their situation or whatever people
Mhm.
told them not to. Because I'm sure there's people say, "Oh no, you can't do this. Oh no, you can't do that." You probably can't do it.
Right.
That's why you probably
Or
can't
no,
do
you
it.
probably don't feel that you can. And it's not that I thought that I can do anything overly great. I just don't have an option.
Yeah,
I gotta go get this money.
yeah,
This baby need diapers. He needs
yeah.
formula. What I gotta do?
Mhm.
That's legal.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm
Right,
too
right,
cute
right,
for
right.
jail. I'm too
That's a
cute
whole
for
nother
jail. I
book.
can't.
That's a whole nother book. We didn't write that book, y'all. We are
I'm
not no
too
criminals.
cute for jail now. Wait
I
a
can't
minute.
do it. I can't do it. I'm snitching on everybody that I know. Y'all better remember this. If I get locked up, anything you ever did, I'm telling. I gotta go.
See,
Okay.
I told you I'm one prayer away from insane. You ain't got nothing on me as far as something gonna get me locked up. I draw the line. Like I talk crazy, I will fight and everything. But jail, never mind.
Jail, I'm good. You said you called the police. Oh, okay, I'm out.
Excuse me, Mr. Officer. God, why did you tell me to stop walking down that street?
We got that in common, Delina. No. Y'all keep jail.
So Chris also says, my 21-year-old, let me put it up. My 21-year-old college junior, informed me that after college she would be getting married and having children. It made me feel strange considering I had to threaten her to get her to clean her room. So the thought of, hold on, I'm going to scroll over.
I got it. Of her with a husband and a kid frightens me, but it made me happy that she still values marriage and family. This is great considering how her mother, me and her father were teenage parents and was socially castrated, even though I loved one boy as a teenager and had a child with him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's that's a whole nother conversation too. And if we talk about this, more teenage pregnancy, the shame and the guilt that comes with it, what people say and what people thought, because I told y'all that lady said, I knew you was going to end up pregnant. She saw me walking up the steps in my apartment, and her apartment was behind ours, and she knew. And then the lady at the store who said, I like playing with dolls, and she just looked at me like I was just like a piece of crap, and that's how I was treated like that to a certain extent. Yeah.
I don't remember. Well, then, because me, I don't really care what too many
people think. Right. I didn't learn that till I was 40, y'all.
I don't remember anybody saying anything to me like that.
Right.
Now, some of my peers, because I kept it a secret, unless you were like my circle.
Right.
When my friends at school started noticing, they were like, "Are you pregnant? How come you didn't say nothing?" Whatever like that. But no one ever was like, "Oh, you ain't gonna."
Yeah.
And if they did, I probably let it roll off my back.
Right.
And what? That's
right.
I've always been like that, though.
Yeah, you are. You are like that.
I don't.
That's another strong character trait.
I don't really give. I'll be nice. I don't care what you think about me. Could care less. I could care less than even caring less.
Let me tell y'all something. I told everybody this is a whole nother topic, but I told everybody that I know, like Delina, Angel, my friend Amanda, a bunch of people, how now that I'm 40, I don't care what people think and blah, blah, blah. Do you know what they all told me? Well, that's good because we've been like that like our whole lives. Yeah. And I was like, dang, so I'm the only one that been trying to please like me. Please be my friend. And everybody's like, Rasha, well, that's good. I'm glad you finally got there.
Yeah. No. She's been delivered. Right. I have never cared. And even when we were writing the book and like we were going deep, you got to read it because it gets, we're talking level stuff with stuff that we're talking about. And Rasha was like, well, what do you think your mom's going to say? She going to be mad? What about that? I don't care.
Because in my head, I'm going through all my family members and I'm saying, dang, they're going to be mad. Delina's family and Angel's family. And Delina was the one like.
But this is the thing, though.
It's my story. It's my life.
You don't have to like it. That's okay.
Right.
You have your side of the story.
Yeah.
You can tell. That's okay. Did it happen? Am I lying?
Right.
Whether you like what I'm saying or not.
Absolutely. It's the truth. Pure truth right there.
And at the end of the day, it's my story.
Yeah.
And it's my life.
Yeah.
I don't edit nothing about my story. Because with me, sugarcoating my story is not telling the truth.
Right.
So, yeah, I got knocked up in the back of a red Dodge Shadow in the parking lot.
Bye, y'all. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.
Because guess what, though? Guess what? Why are you thinking this is so off the wall?
Yeah.
There's other kids out there doing it right now.
Absolutely.
Check yourself and check your children before you start looking. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I go to sleep knowing full well that I didn't elaborate anything for just big grip.
Right. It's the truth. And it's funny that you say it like that because I had a couple people, family members like, Rasha, why did y'all have to go so deep? Why did y'all have to go so raw with it? I said, see, for me, my thing is when you hear someone else's story or you read a book, you know, like, wait a minute, so you went
Something's
deep
missing
here, but this is something, right? Like you said, something's missing here. Or you talk deep. How can I talk deep about being molested and go down to every feeling and thought that's going on in that, and then not talk about me having sex in different places around the city because I needed love or whatever? You know, read the book, y'all. I wasn't a prostitute, but read the book. But how can I like, I can't go deep on this and not this, or I can't say, oh, I don't want to make anyone feel bad, but you were in my story and this is what you did in the story. Now, like Delina, you made such a good point. You can tell your story if you feel like you had something to say, and hey, it didn't go that way in my book. Okay, put your book out.
Everybody's gonna have a different perspective, and that's
absolutely
fine.
Absolutely.
Talking about how I felt,
right?
My issues,
and
the reason my testimony, I would say, is a strong testimony because on the inside of it, I'm not supposed to be here happy, married with more children, not crazy, still believing in God, still being able to forgive the people who hurt me the worst.
You should be in some type of mental institution and somebody's feeding you food and you ain't doing, and you just like this all day long, because there are plenty of people that are in that situation that have gone through even less than what you've gone through, Delina.
Exactly. And so it doesn't matter
nothing but God.
What your story is. That's part of your testimony. And now I'm seeing how all of these little things. I had a conversation 2 days ago, and we're getting off subject, with somebody I don't even know. I've had several conversations within the past few years about people grieving the loss of a husband, a fiance, a boyfriend. And I'm like, why I keep getting this?
Wow. Comes right to you.
Why?
Comes right to you.
I've already lived it.
Yeah.
And so when I told the young lady, I said, oh yeah, heck yeah, I was mad at God. And I was like, I'm mad at you. Don't talk to me. She was like, you said that? I was like, yeah. She's like, I've never heard someone say that. I thought it was just me.
That's true.
That alone.
That's
me
true.
being able to just say how I feel. It's okay. It's how you feel.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I was mad at God.
And how can we be used? This is good. How can we be used to help others if we're not going to be honest with them? They'll never come out and say how they felt. If they feel like, well, if I tell her I was mad at God, she'll think I'm crazy.
Right.
Well, if you do this, people think I'm crazy as hell, and I'll take it. I'm crazy. Because I'm going to just like Delina, I'm going to tell you exactly. Now, listen, I wanted to die. I didn't want to be here. I asked God, why did he put me here? Why did this happen? What is my purpose? That's when you open up to someone else and you can help them heal, because you were honest, because people can see through fake. People can see straight through. And if you are going through that, real recognizes real. Absolutely.
And it's just like, and when I said that, she was like, oh, you can just hear this.
Yeah.
Now I know that it is, you just validated all of my feelings. Just in that one comment, I was mad at God. That was the truth. We cool now. Make us straight. And I'll be like, God, you my homie. What's up? What you gonna do today? All right. But there was a time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Don't talk to me.
Absolutely.
And it is what it is.
Yeah. You guys need to go get this book. You need to go to www.lionessvisions.net. I know I had to think. lionessvisions.net and grab this book. You can also get it on Amazon for whatever devices you need. You can actually go in the search bar and just put in Revealing and Healing 3 Women's Story of Survival. It will pop right up for you. Because it goes deeper. What we're talking about may seem deep and but it is much more, and the way that we tell the story, you got to read it in order. Yes. Because it all makes sense when it wraps up at the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, I don't want to leave Chris out. Chris says, I left Indianapolis for college in Arizona on a Greyhound bus with a 5-year-old and a 5-month-old.
Yes, honey. See? People don't know. People don't know. Your purpose may not be where you was always raised. Yo, just think, when I think about Delina, I'm like, okay, so this is what's going to happen to Delina. Well, okay, everything didn't happen like that, but guess what? You found your husband in Atlanta. That was supposed to happen. Where you live right now, that was supposed to happen. All the friends in the village that you have, that was all supposed to happen, y'all. God can't bless us if we stay in the situation that we're in. Sometimes we got to move physically. Sometimes we got to move out of that situation. And that doesn't always have to be a move across the country. It could be a move around the corner. It could be a move down the street. Whatever it is, we have to come out of those comfort areas and be willing to go where God calls us to go, y'all. And that's a whole nother video.
Yeah. Preach on, minister.
Yeah, that's a whole nother video. Now you got me fired up once you started.
I'm sorry. Look, I'm trying to wrap it up, and she all under fire again. So I'm telling y'all, we are really enjoying these live conversations. We're glad that you guys are interacting, because that's what when I had the video, that's what I wanted it to be. And thank you guys for all for
Thank
sharing,
you.
for interacting, for commenting, everything, for going to www.lionessvisions.net.
Go get your butt
and
over
let
there.
us know what you think about it. You can always, there's a way to contact us through the website,
Mm-hmm.
and we will definitely respond. So we've been doing highlights of everybody who helped us do the Revealing and Healing visual series. Now I'm getting tongue-tied. I've been talking too much. Even though Rasha talked the most, I've been talking too much. And so this week, I want to send a shout out to my boy, Coy Hackett III.
Coy, young man. Hi, young man. Young man.
Hackett.
I'm going to call him young because Delina's always calling him old, y'all.
That's how y'all know Rasha be lying, because he ain't young.
I don't lie no more, y'all. I'm delivered from that, too.
Delivered.
Yeah.
So he is a good friend of mine. We just joke. He is old, but we joke like that all the time. Well, he can't joke on me being old because I'm still 25. But anyway, he was actually our director of photography for the project. He came in and he brought his vision as well, and he helped me execute the vision, and he literally recorded and edited, and we even had time to sit and talk with the kids, the youth. I'm sorry,
the youth.
And he is over one of the youth ministries at our church as well. So we are church members. So I'm going to post up his video. So and he does more than just videography.
Yeah, that dude is a musician, straight musician.
Yeah. He does the producing. He's a DJ. He's got a line of hot sauce that's out. He trying to make me country because I don't even eat hot sauce like that. And he was like, "What do you mean you don't eat hot sauce on everything?" I was like, "Because I'm from Indianapolis."
Yo, you from Indianapolis, but our people are all from the South. Quit playing, Delina. I didn't know that.
My husband tell me I'm bougie all the time. I'm like, why would you want to eat that? I mean, I don't not eat it, but I eat it. Either way, I did taste it. It's good. So I guess I'm a hot saucy person now. So I'm going to post up his information. So if you need a DJ, if you need some video work done, if you need some tracks, if you're a rapper, yada, 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 yada.
If you need some hot sauce on your chicken.
Hot sauce on your chicken. But don't get no fried chicken because we got to be healthy because we stopping these cycles. Don't listen to Rasha. Don't listen to I ain't even going to call you out. I'm not even going to call you out.
I know.
Anywho, thank you guys again. We will see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Same time on this page. Don't listen to R. Kelly because you will pop up pregnant.
Don't. He's dead to me.
Peace, love, and light, y'all.